Sweden has announced that it will begin stockpiling food and agricultural supplies for the first time since the Cold War. The Swedish Board of Agriculture stated that these reserves are being accumulated to prepare for the possibility of a threat from Russia and a potential world war. The main goal is to ensure that citizens have access to sufficient food in the event of a serious crisis, including global conflict. Under this initiative, the Swedish Board of Agriculture has announced the creation of emergency reserves of grains and other key supplies. It was also revealed that $57 million has been allocated to fund this program. Since Sweden is located close to Russia, officials have said that the country could become a primary target in a future world war or a NATO conflict with Russia. It is expected that Sweden will maintain sufficient food reserves for many years, as the risk of food supply disruptions remains significant. According to Civil Protection Minister Carl-Oskar Bohlin, the first emergency storage facilities will be established in the northern region of the country. He emphasized that an unavoidable risk could arise within a few years and that there is no time to waste in preparing the nation. The government's goal is to build up sufficient food stocks by 2028, ensuring a food supply equivalent to 3,000 calories per person per day. Neighboring Finland has also announced a new set of measures to counter potential threats from Russia. It stated that emergency services would be trained to operate under wartime conditions and that underground exercises would begin next month. Finland has urged the European Union to prepare for a possible Russian attack. Several Eastern European countries have also issued emergency preparedness guidelines. Every household is advised to have an essential survival kit in case of war, disaster, or other emergencies. These kits should include dry food, canned goods, a first aid kit, a battery-operated radio, and a family meeting plan. These security measures are being introduced amid growing concerns that a Russian attack on Eastern Europe or NATO could occur within the next 5 years. Even France, which is located far from Russia, has issued similar emergency advice. The main objective of these measures is to protect civilian lives in the event of a major military conflict or serious threat. Meanwhile, Moscow has repeatedly condemned what it calls anti-Russian intimidation by Western European leaders. The Kremlin insists that Russia has no intention of taking hostile action against any country or starting a world war. Russian officials have accused European governments of deceiving the public by portraying economic problems, unrest, and militarization as a Russian threat to justify their own policies. Speaking at the Valdai Discussion Club, President Vladimir Putin described the 2023 accession of Finland and Sweden to NATO as short-sighted. He said Russia had no problems with either country and had long maintained friendly relations with them. By joining the NATO alliance, Putin argued that the Nordic countries had lost the advantages of their neutral status. He emphasizes that if they just allow their nations to be used by NATO against Russia, will only create future risks. Subscribe to our channel, which impartially reports the latest news from around the world. Activate the bell below to be notified as soon as a new video is posted.